And he says, Henry, do you believe God speaks to people? I said, absolutely. I am a Christian. He said, Henry, I'm a Christian too. And he says, he sure loves you. The way he's been talking to me about you, forget Egypt today. I'll go tomorrow. Have you been to Galilee?
What?
Have you been to... Now, this is Ron Wyatt.
Yeah, so the Lord has been telling him about you.
Have you been to Galilee? I says, no. He says, that settles it. He told me to take you to Galilee today and to buy you the best meal in all of Israel. And he said, it's right on the Sea of Galilee. It's St. Peter's fish restaurant. Wow. And he says, I eat every time I come to Israel. Here, I always make it a point to eat there. They know me well. And he says, we're going to Galilee. This is your day. Egypt can come tomorrow. If you want to go tomorrow, that's up to you. But this is your day. He told me to take good care of you today.
Wow.
Oh, my word. We got into the car, and I said, now you'll let me pay for the car rental today and the petrol, the gas, and any expenses. Let me pay for the meal. He says, Henry, we'll talk about that later. Don't worry. I told you, this day is on me or no go. I said, Ron, cars are expensive. I had looked into it. And petrol is $6 a liter. I mean, it's horrible. It's $6, $7 a gallon. And Henry, let's not talk about that. He says, you know, I told you that I just came from Turkey. I says, yeah. He says, I have release from the Lord to tell you this. I'm going to tell you things today that are going to be hard for you to believe, but are going to bring that Bible. If you ever read it, I said I read it all the time. He says it's going to make that Bible come alive to you. I'm an archaeologist. And he says, I'm going to tell you about discoveries we've made that are right out of the Bible. Just relax and enjoy. When we get back to the hotel, he says, I have frames, 21 frames of different parts of a documentary that are going to be made on Noah's Ark discovered. And he said these frames are big pictures off of the filming, professional filming of the documentary that's going to be shown all over America, probably all over the world. And they want to compress it for television time, so I have to pick which frames we can edit, which pictures, because, you know, everyone has many, many, many pictures, so they can compress by eliminating those frames. So he says, I'll give you all the evidence you need about Noah's Ark when we get back to the hotel tonight. Oh, my word. He took me to St. Peter's Fish House. We sit there. He ordered enough for 10 people. And he says, we got all day long. And I didn't know he thought I was starving, but I was living on sandwiches. And because I was walking, I'd buy meat and cheese and make my sandwiches in my room in the morning, carry it under my belt, the bag with my sandwiches, the other belt. I'd carry a water bag, and I keep walking streets. That's how I walked every street so quickly, you know, and did it in 12 days. 12, 16 hours a day. I walked Jerusalem, praying for the peace of Jerusalem. And, he's taking me up over the mountain there, coming up out of Jerusalem, where we head down toward Jericho in that direction, and the Sea of Galilee. And we're just talking, and all of a sudden he pulls off the road. And he says, Henry, get out. And I look at him, because we're just kind of having a nice visit, and he says, get out. And I look at him like, did I say something wrong? He says, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to be so blunt. I just saw something at a glance in the 70 trips to Israel I've never seen. Before I left for Israel, I had a vision. In the vision, I am standing looking down into Jerusalem. There's the mosque and all that. And the Lord in the vision says, turn around and look down. And I turn around from behind me, looking back 180. I look down through the valley and I see a blue expanse of water. And then a voice speaks to me from above in the vision, loose the shoes off your feet, for the ground you're standing on is holy ground. I'm asking people before I left, for the 14 days before I left America, is there such a place that you can see Jerusalem and a blue expanse of water, 180 degrees opposite? I think so, but I'm not sure. People that have been to Jerusalem many times. So no one was sure. Then he says, stop, I want to show you something. We get up there, and he says, now, you see Jerusalem? I says, yeah. He says, turn around. You see that blue expanse of water down there? I've been here 70 trips. I have never seen that blue water. There's always a dusty cloud of the dust blowing through the valley. You never see Galilee like that.
Oh.
Here go the tears.
Oh, so that blue expanse water is the Sea of Galilee.
I think it was Galilee. I don't think it was the Dead Sea. I never asked him which sea it was. I just started bawling. As my wife said last night, don't write bawling your eyes out. I am bawling so hard, he just looks at me and he says, take as much time as you need. I've got paperwork in the car I've got to work on today. I'll work on the paperwork. This is your day. Come to the car when you're ready. And he walks away. I go down, loosing the shoes off my feet, and go down on my face weeping. I believe you could throw a stone to the Mount of Transfiguration from there, where Jesus was transfigured, where that is the traditional site. I believe I was standing right where the transfiguration with Peter, James, and John witnessing it took place. I believe it with all my heart. They're 100 feet off where they built their tower. Yet I don't think you could see it from there. I believe he had me standing right where that took place. Either that or where he went and was caught up to heaven, one or the other. I wept and cried, soaked that dry dirt with my tears, and then I dried my face and went back and sit in the car, and he says, wow, Henry, he says, you know, it's quite common for people to have experiences here. But are you free to tell me what that is about? And I told him the vision. And he said, so you have visions? I says, yeah. He says, well, I know of people that have visions, but they're not accurate. But obviously, this one was real, wasn't it? I says, yes, it was fulfilled. You were used to fulfill that vision.
Yeah.
I know I'm here by divine appointment. He says, well, I know you're here because God wants you here, because he sure talked to me about you. He made me cancel going to Egypt today. I'll go tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so we need to move on.
Move on, yeah.
So then...
So do you want to take some water? Yeah, because... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll take a drink.
That's the one.
And finish a little more documenting.
Wow.
You talk about a sovereign move of God. I mean, I didn't do anything to meet Ron Wyatt. God did it. Made me miss my flight, lose my hotel, put me in the same hotel as Ron Wyatt. He always stayed in the Jerusalem hotel. I took